So tonight we are presenting the final draft of the budget, which is now in balance, as prepared per the directions at the last meeting on December 4th. The final budget includes no increase in the property taxes. It does include the new public safety tax of 1/10 of 1%, the reallocation of existing utility taxes from the debt service fund to the general fund and from street reserves to street operations. An additional 1/10 of 1% in sales tax for the transportation benefit district to be used for street operations, raises to the water rates for outside users, raises to the sewer rates, which has not yet been approved, but that was the recommendation at the last meeting. That's a 3% increase, a 1% increase to the existing utility taxes for water, sewer, and garbage, which also was recommended at the last meeting, but has not yet been adopted. There's budgeted sales tax revenue of approximately $17,000 based on the project from the port's pedestrian overpass included in the budget. There's funding for the library to full operations, which is an 8% increase of general fund allocation of tax dollars. There's a cut of a full-time employee in the finance department. There's the closure of the community building for 2026. Which ceases all activity, including parks and rec classes and community nonprofit access. There's no Kalama Summer Lights on the 4th event to be held in 2026. There's a reduction in police salary and benefits due to vacant positions. There's no capital needs for general fund departments, and capital projects included in the budget for streets, water, sewer, and stormwater include the Taylor Road overlay and chip seal, which has TIB funding, transportation and improvement board funding. There's chip seal and various streets will be paid for through the transportation benefit funding. There's sewer line replacement project, which is continuing and will continue into 2026. There's loan funding for that. Water treatment facility improvements, funding for that is pending. Stormwater improvements on North 2nd and at China Creek that will be using stormwater reserves. So the budget has been balanced, provided the council adopts the sewer rate increase and the 1% additional utility tax, as they indicated on December 4th. The general fund has an estimated carryover at the end of 26 of $8,420, and the library will have approximately $40. That leaves no contingency for any unanticipated events or expenses. There will be a minimal carryover in these funds from 2025 to 2026, and staff will be closely monitoring the budget. There are concerns regarding the cash flow for the first 4 months of 2026.
I just couldn't hear the last line you said, Connie, that started with something about a concern. It was like the last line of the last paragraph.
We have concerns about cash flow through the first 4 months of 2026. We start the year with a certain balance, and depending upon, normally we like to have that balance at being $250,000 because we get sales tax once a month, but we do not get property tax until, well, everybody pays it in April, so we don't get it until May. And that's a big chunk of the revenues that we get. So we have to maintain and pay a lot of bills, and there's a lot of annual bills that come due in January. So those all get paid in January for the full amount for the year. And then and then we have to pay payroll, regular bills, and all of that stuff up until we get the money from the property tax. And so without a good carryover, we could have cash flow issues just as we've had through 2025.